All right. So I've been meaning to react to this for a few days now. Um, did the second and first one. I will link those down below if you missed those. Um, do all the YouTube stuff down below. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. But LTT's number 3 Linux challenge. I think this one they said they do some like actual tasks and stuff, not just like get things set up and whatnot. So let's see.
Every day. It becomes second nature, whether that's driving,
cooking a meal,
or even riding a bike.
but when you're just diving into a new hobby,
It can be really tough to know if the issues you are experiencing are your fault or the fault of your tools.
which is the premise of this video. Linus, Elijah, and I are going to be completing tasks on our Linux computers. Are we the problem?
or is there something about Linux that can make things more difficult?
And our users range from lifelong Windows users
To Linux dabblers,
To slightly longer term Linux dabblers.
and our tasks range from things that should be dead simple on Windows because we either know it already or because it's easy to figure out,
to ones that would
Yeah, a task being easy or not on Linux, could come down to a few different things. It might be a bit different than on Windows, but a lot of stuff is relatively the same.
require a bit of tinkering, even if we were in a comfortable environment. While a major focus of the Linux challenge is the gamer's perspective, a core benefit of choosing a PC over something like a game console is that you can do a lot more than just game on it. And if we want to make the argument that Linux is a valid Windows replacement, non-gaming tasks need to be relatively quick, or at least painless enough that the average gamer doesn't get scared straight back into Microsoft's corporate embrace. With that in mind then, we had to lay out some ground rules. For instance, using a virtual machine with Windows inside of Linux to run apps is totally an okay thing to do for an average user. But is that really aligned with the spirit of the Linux challenge? You guys don't want to know how well I Windows, and besides, we're trying to avoid using Microsoft software, right?
Our second rule is that we set a time limit of 15 minutes per task because, like anyone else, we have other things to do today. And honestly, if it goes much longer than that, it's clear that either the hammer or the holder is the problem.
Okay, so there are 2 rules, so to speak, were no VMs and 15-minute time limit. There is a new project that people have been working on called Winboat. It kind of creates like its own little self-contained environment to run Windows applications in Linux. It's a really cool project. I can't remember what distros it's running on, but I think it runs on a good amount of them. So it looks like challenge 1, they have to add or stop a program from auto starting with the OS. That shouldn't be too difficult.
Chat GPT.
Okay.
Okay, meme about it all you want, but it's been an invaluable resource throughout the Linux Challenge 2026. Add a startup program to Pop OS. Let's go into my settings. A startup, applications, add an app, put that Among Us in there. Boom, let's test it. Rebooter computer. I am among the Linux users. Let's go.
Okay, so Linus was able to do it pretty quick. I don't know why he did a game, but hey, whatever floats his boat, I guess. Every one of the desktop environments has a way to do this. Even the window managers have a way to do this. It's pretty simple. Like you said, in Cosmic, he was able to get it done pretty quickly. KDE is really quick as well. I think GNOME, you need to have tweaks installed in order to do it, if I remember right. But yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult for this one.
Okay, I found auto start. There's Discord, which says not running because I closed it, but does start up. So I'm gonna click remove entry. And now there is no user specified auto start items. Done.
Let's just search startup. Auto start. Oh, auto start. That's probably got to be something. So I see Steam. Let's add Discord. I can double check all that. Okay, well now we should test it. Okay, I'm gonna reboot my computer. One moment, please.
Good start.
Oh, I saw the startup. Start it up. It's just muted. Hey, there we go. Or it was just minimized. Task 1 completed.
Good start. Record a video on your phone and transfer it to your PC without a cloud service. Okay. It shouldn't be too
By
bad.
far the best thing about me is
Well, let me rephrase. So depending on if they have iPhone or not. iPhone could be an issue. I can't remember exactly what file format iPhones record in, but Android should be zero issue whatsoever.
Just how Linux pilled I am. When I get up, I eat open source for breakfast. When I go take a I shit that open source right into the toilet. And then, the next day, I do it all over again. After sleeping, a restful sleep, dreaming dreams of open source. Hire me. Linus Sebastian. My name's literally Linus. I actually had to do this when I was on my trip in Korea. I'm already familiar with what to do. No, I don't want to charge. I want to transfer images. I actually had a little bit more luck with that than the transferring files one. Mind you, that was on my laptop. Samsung Android, internal storage, DCIM, boom. Copy and videos. Yo! When I go take a shit, I shit that open source right into the toilet. Actually, I misspoke. My body absorbs all the open source and gets rid of anything that was not open source waste when I go to the toilet. I'm sorry, that was...
Hello,
Okay.
I'm gonna lie on my resume and see how that goes. I need a USB cable, and that USB cable will honestly really help me with accomplishing this job. I'm gonna do a really good job. I have no experience in the field that I'm applying for because all the experience that I have is like stopping Linus from walking off cliffs. Internal shared storage, okay. Is it DCIM, camera? I'm going to open file manager, go to my videos area, drag this into there, copy here. It's there, and that's the video.
That's it.
Please consider me for the job. I'm very cool. I have a cat who's interrupting the shoot. Hi, buddy. He has water all over his nose. Apple iPhone 5. Not quite, but we'll count it if it works. It's detecting it as a camera, though. It's not like detecting it as a file. USB device removed. I didn't touch
iPhone
it.
might be a bit
I thought
of
this
an
one would
issue.
be easy. To plug an iPhone into Bazite, especially on handhelds like ROG Ally. AI overview, you suck ass. Where did this come from? I don't want to plug it into the ROG Ally. Maybe there's a YouTube video? Someone telling me how to do this? The first result is about how to do it to Windows. That's not what I Googled, please. KDE Connect. Okay,
use KDE
is that
Connect.
installed here? It is, device synchronization.
So even still with KDE Connect with iPhone, it kind of works a bit funky. But using Apple with KDE Connect, I don't know if it's going to work fully, but it might be the best option he has.
This might be an app I can download. Do you think that violates the spirit of like no cloud services if it's a direct peer-to-peer connection? I'll let you guys decide in the comments. Oh wow, I found it right away. Discovered devices, Bazite, to start pairing. Accept. Oh, there we go. On my iPhone, I want to send... That's a picture of my passport. Editor, please don't include that. Oh, receiving file. Open. Hey!
Good job.
But it also doesn't change the fact that I wasn't able to connect with a USB just like that. It was for some reason showing up as an iPhone.
It's got to be some lock or something that Apple has on the phones, and Linux sees it as a specific camera device. It's probably something dealing with proprietary codecs or something with it's, who knows? It's Apple. You know, they do what they want.
5 PTP mode. What does that even mean?
Challenge 3. Edit that video by cutting out something in the middle and export it. Okay. So, easiest way, I think, since two of them are using Kden Live, or KDE would be Kden Live. That's the video editor I use. I mean, I'm not a crazy video editor, but it does enough. DaVinci's not bad, but it's a pain to get working.
I did not try to edit any video through at any point in the challenge on any of my systems. So I'm just going to go straight for DaVinci Resolve. Oops, no. Yeah, I ain't doing all that. You know what? Let's just try this. Ooh! I'm going to go with Flowblade. I mean, that looks like a video editing interface. Ooh!
Okay, so Kden Live, that's the one he should use right there. That one's pretty good. Shotcut's okay. It's a bit more bare bones. but it's not too bad. I haven't ever used OpenShot. I've used Shotcut and Kdenlive though, and they're both solid. I've never used Flowblade that he picks, so I don't know how it's gonna do.
I'm gonna go with Flowblade. I mean, that looks like a video editing interface. You gotta be willing to try stuff. That is definitely something that I think has changed in my attitude since the first Linux challenge. Is in the first Linux challenge, I wanted to know the right way to do stuff. And this time around, I'm just like, I'm gonna click on shit. What's the worst thing that could happen? You could delete your whole desktop environment. The whole internet could get mad at you.
So, I mean, that's generally not a bad way to learn. Trying something, especially like this when it's non-risk state, I guess you could say. Trying something, seeing if it works. If it fails, okay, why did it fail? You know, trial and error kind of work. I mean, it works. It's really a good way to find out a lot of different stuff.
Okay, there's my 24-second clip.
By far the best.
Wow! Blade. Delete. Okay, let's move this over.
When I go to the toilet afterward, my body has absorbed.
Or this is like the Linux equivalent to like manosphere garbage. Okay, file, export. Movie.mp4, let's go, boys!
When I go to the toilet afterward, my body.
Well, okay, it's not a great edit, but that's user error. The point is, I exported a video, audio, functioning, and it was that fast. You might say I was in my Flowblade state.
The Pitivi video editor is what we're trying to go with. I have no idea how this thing works.
Pitivi? I've never heard of that one.
Can I do it now? Oh. I'm going to try something else. Kdenlive. Okay, I've heard of that before. I can probably just grab it really quick. Uninstall. It's in. I have it already. Transform effect. Cool. Yeah, where is that? Transform. Got it. Now I need to cut it again because I didn't do that technically. Okay, that was actually way easier this time because now I know how it works. File, render, rendering to crashed. Height not divisible by 4. Okay, did it. I had to render out in a different format. Yeah, the format that I chose was not happy with something. I don't.
Yeah, Kdenlive is solid. I mean, it lacks some of the like premium quote unquote features that like what's Adobe's one? Premiere, I think it's called. I've never really used Adobe products too much, but if you just want to do basic editing and stuff, Kdenlive works great. The one issue with it that I found, or two issues. Number one is you have to have like the codecs and stuff like that, which is just a Linux thing in general. Number two would be that if you're using a different desktop environment that's not KDE, when you download Kdenlive, it's going to download a bunch of the KDE dependencies. So you could always use the Flatpak version to get around that, but just know that it will download a bunch of KDE stuff.
Oh no, I'm not a video editor.
I already talked in part 2 about how I needed to use like Kdenlive. That's where I'm going right away. I can't open my file folder. Unknown code, error 1. Just trying to open my files. Okay, let me drag in the video. Sure, transcode. Failed to create file. Thank you very much, Kdenlive. I want to cut out the part where he's got water on his nose. It makes Token look bad. Cut. And then I'll get me laughing when he leaves. Boom. Oh, there's no ripple delete. Okay, file. Render. I'm just going to put it back on the desktop here. Hey, it's done. Okay, let's go to my desktop and let's play it back. There, I cut out the part. Task complete.
Good job so far.
Easy peasy. Save? No, I don't need to save. Re-export. No, I don't need to save. I should have saved the file.
Oh, he has to re-export it
What's it called?
to the network share. So network shares, I've never really messed with too much. I know a lot of people love them. But you saw Elijah, I think it was in the second video, he was having some issues or some weirdness with his network share. I hope he got that figured out, but yeah, I'm not a big network share guy, so I can't really comment on this one too much. All right, number 5, remote into your Linux PC from another computer.
Windows or Linux, my ass. I can use my
mean-
phone. That's a computer. Hold on, where is this machine?
Oh God, TeamViewer. I just threw up a bit. TeamViewer is so god awful. Yeah, lots of bad stuff when it comes to TeamViewer. Anywho, would SSH count? Like if they just use SSH in the terminal on another machine to go into it, or you have XRDP. XRDP is basically the remote desktop protocol that Windows uses, and you can use that as well. I would say either one of them would be fine.
I haven't actually tried to remote into this. I've remoted out of this. Seriously, when did just like the type in the ID thing go away? Why is this so complicated now? Oh my God. 590405. I will have changed this by the time you watch this video. Don't bother. Save. This computer's or contact is already in your list. Well, where is it, smart guy? Did I have Parsec on here as well? Yeah, I did. Okay, I'm gonna grab a computer. Yeah, hosting is still not supported in the Linux Parsec app, or at least whatever version of it I have. Let me make it clear that nothing I'm doing right now should be considered an endorsement of TeamViewer or their nonsense business practices. How has this gotten so bad? Yeah, this just like didn't work. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure TeamViewer had some very, very bad PR from something that happened like a year or two ago. Like they were monitoring stuff that people were doing without consent. Even after people took it off the machine, like even in an enterprise environment, it was still there. Like so, something along those lines. It was no bueno for sure.
Okay. All right, AnyDesk, here we go. Display server not supported, Ubuntu, oh great. Does not fully support Wayland. Disable Wayland in the GNOME Display Manager to force Xorg. Okay. Displays, I mean, yeah.
That's time.
All right.
Oh.
Error. I don't have another computer. Error.
Yes, you do.
Where?
It's on your desk right now.
My phone? Okay. Let's just randomly install stuff that ChatGPT tells me to do. Amazing, it doesn't exist. I forgot I'm pretty sure you can do this with like Steam.
I guess that would count.
Are you remoted to your computer?
Yep.
Or on your phone?
Yeah. Probably not what you're looking for, but I am technically controlling my computer from my phone.
Now, one of the ways I remote control my streaming PC when I'm away is I actually use Google Chrome's built-in remote management. I wonder if that works on Linux. Ooh, it wants Debian Linux. Bazite is not based off Debian. I'm still gonna try here.
Nope, Bazite's based off of Fedora, which is very, very popular. Debian is probably the most popular base out there because it's been around for so long. Debian's based on it, MX Linux, technically Linux Mint, Ubuntu, everything that's based off of Ubuntu, like Linux Mint, all the Ubuntu flavors, etc., they're all based on Debian. So they all have .deb packages, so if he was using that would have worked, or even if he was using Pika OS. Pika is a gaming-centric distro that, he could have used instead of Bazite, but he chose to go with Bazite. Like I said, XRDP or even SSH, I don't know if that would qualify for what they're wanting, but it seems like it would, so.
Chrome Remote Desktop, this was from 15 months ago, but it seems like an official Bazite post of some sort. You will need an RPM package and hope they have Wayland support, which I doubt. This same comment says we support Sunshine and Moonlight. Maybe we should try that. Open the terminal and type, "You just set up Sunshine." That sounds like an insult. Whoever wrote that command, you just set up Sunshine.
That's pretty funny. I think that's part of Bazite's like package manager they created. I'm not sure. I haven't really ever used Bazite, but I think from things I've seen before about it, that's why it says like that. If you're using Fedora or even Bazite, I know DNF works, so he could always just do DNF install, sudo DNF install, whatever it was he was looking to install.
You just set up -sunshine. choose enable beta, disable service. We're gonna enable. Oh, it's still setting up. I think I launched Sunshine too soon, but it's clearly doing something. It's installing a bunch of crap. So I think while that's installing, I'm gonna get Moonlight set up on my Windows computer here so I could hopefully remote into it. God, this looks so sketchy. Attention, Sunshine detected these errors during startup. We strongly recommend fixing them before streaming. Fatal. Couldn't bind RTSP server port. Address is already in use. Well, it says they recommend I fix it. I mean, okay, let's try. That didn't work. Wait, I know my time just ran out. This is my streaming mouse. But as you can see, I am successfully controlling this with surprisingly low latency. Now, I'm pretty sure that's over the network, not my local intranet. I'm pretty sure this is going out through the internet, but I am successfully remote controlling this PC. I got that right on the buzzer. Holy cow, I'm counting that, because most of it was just waiting for it to download. So, cool. I've never used Sunshine and Moonlight before, but that was pretty easy.
Play a game that has easy anti-cheat or kernel level anti-cheat. Well, so a lot of them that have kernel level will not work. Easy anti-cheat, there's tons of games that work on Linux that have easy anti-cheat. Just to show real quick. So a great site is Are We Anti-Cheat Yet? And you can go on here and see, like, search for like a specific game, like you see like Fortnite or Apex Legends or Valorant. You see that some of them are just straight up denied. That either means that the anti-cheat does not work or is not supported by the developers on Linux. Then you see ones like running. So running using easy anti-cheat means that they have it turned on in easy anti-cheat to work, but whether it does or not, that still remains to be seen. But it should work. It says it's running, so it should work. Using sites like this and ProtonDB to see like different fixes and tweaks and stuff that people have done should be the answer. But let's see.
Games with easy anti-cheat on Linux. Elden Ring. I mean, how am I even supposed to download a game in this time? Oh, dude, I forgot how fast my internet is. This is gonna be done in like 2 minutes. I got this. Boom, play. Here we go. Okay. Challenge accepted. Challenge completed.
That works.
I am playing Elden Ring.
Oh no. Okay, it's doing this thing. This is like, if I'm ever gonna have a problem with a game, this is what's gonna happen, which is that I click the play button, nothing happens.
Okay.
And we're back. Okay, so I'm gonna try something, which is where I run Steam from the command line. And then I can kind of see what's happening on Steam's end through the command line window because of it doing this like silent error thing.
So two things. So number one, he's correct. Running it through the terminal will show any type of errors or something that are running like kind of silently in the background. So that's a great troubleshooting there by Luke. I've seen before when you click like that and it looks like it's starting and then it just automatically flips back off. More times than not, there's a launch option that you have that isn't compatible, meaning like you're trying to run Mango HUD or game mode or something like that without installing game mode or Mango HUD or something like that. So just checking the launch options too whenever you get that, checking ProtonDB, things like that will help.
It's very annoying. See how it's like doing stuff over here? So I'm gonna click play, try to see what happens. Okay, something red happened. I think it's the drive that it's installed on. My internet's being super slow as it tries. I think it's the drive.
Let's see. With container. Is he still using that NTFS drive from the previous one? Yeah, I think he is. Drive C. Yeah, I think he's still using that one. Yeah, and then he's mounting it to /MNT Magneton game. Yeah, I think that's the NTFS issue that he was discussing in the previous video. If he would have just reformatted the drive or put it to a different drive that was either like ext4, XFS, ButterFS, something like that, it would have worked fine.
Try to see what
Probably.
happens. Okay, something red happened. I think it's the drive that it's installed on. My internet's being super slow as it tries to read.
But that's just another example of like good troubleshooting. And you can actually see he has ProtonDB open back here to look at, you know, different tweaks and things like that that people are running. So kudos to Mr. Luke here.
Download, we're only at 27%. We've been waiting here for a while. So this is clearly something you can do. I know for a fact that Arc Raiders runs. I've technically ran Arc Raiders on this system before. I've just done a bunch of things since.
Yeah, Arc Raiders runs fine. I've played it a good amount. On Linux, it runs great. Actually has really, really good performance, believe it or not. It's got to be something with his drive or like the Proton version or launch options or something like that.
Then, and I didn't have a good version of it installed. So maybe we'll update later with me self-capturing running Arc Raiders or something else. But this is something that does work. There are games that run easy anti-cheat or other levels of heavier anti-cheat that do work on Linux. Those versions of anti-cheat just usually don't do as much. That's how they make it work.
This one I feel like I have an unfair advantage at. There's actually a game I play regularly that has easy anti-cheat that I know works on Linux. We are in game right now. The game has launched, no
Dead
issue.
by Daylight.
And I would boot up into a game, but we are working right now.
Okay, so up until now they've had a fairly easy time when it comes to the challenge, except for the network drive one that I skipped. I don't really know because I don't really use network drives like that, so I really can't comment. But challenge number 7, they format a USB drive to FAT32 and load a flashback file that your PC can read. So let's see, formatting the USB drive. Probably, if they're trying to do it that way, I mean, Balena, I guess, but maybe not. Let's see what they decide to go with.
Utilities.
So certain distros will have like their own app to flash something like that. Some of them, like Fedora's one is good, but it only does like ISO. So if you're trying to boot an ISO or something like that, which they're not doing, something like maybe gparted. You know, once you get it plugged in, gparted or some other disk config application would be good.
Disks. Intuitive. Format disk. Is this FAT32? Sorry, is this right? That's not FAT32. Okay, KDE Partition Manager. Let's try this.
Okay.
FAT12, FAT32, create. Yes, I can create, move, copy. Okay, so how do I do it? This file system does
Don't know what that was.
not support setting a label. Well, which one is it now? Oh, apply. Sure, apply pending operations. Okay, what did we do? New volume group? Partition, new. Here we go.
Yep.
FAT32, let's go. Fatty32. All right, hey, we're back on track. So if I go into utilities, disks, it's totally there. I still can't copy anything to it though. Failed to mount it for writing. So clearly there's more that I have to do here to like make it cooperate. I want 50% credit for it if it's a FAT32 drive that actually works. I want 50% credit, 30% credit. Yeah. I'll take 25% credit. Properties, yep, file system FAT32. So let's agree on 10% credit.
Oh, shit. I put in a flash drive that was not supposed to be in the bin that it was in. Okay, so KDE disk partition manager thing, pretty good. I can see the flash drive right here. I'm gonna right click on it. I'm gonna unmount it. I'm gonna FAT32, I'm gonna label it okay, and then click apply. Apply pending operations. I can see it's like redetecting it. It just finished. It's reloading my drives. I see it here now, it's FAT32. I go in there, there's a removable drive. Here it is.
Good job.
Let's start by seeing if there's like a disk management thing here. There is. I see my thumb drive. I see GPT and MBR. I do not see FAT32. Belina Etcher. Let's do this.
Belina might work.
Downloading
I
a lot
don't know.
today. That's one thing I've noticed. I like how this one answer is, hey, how do I do this? I scroll far enough down, it says you can do this on Windows. Thank you, Kyle Gospo. I appreciate it. Of course, the AI overview gives me Windows results. Okay, Linux. Use gparted. I've heard of that before. Is that in the Bazite store? rpm-os tree install gparted. Oh, it's doing something. Checking out tree A5408E6. It wants me to reboot. It even tells me the command to reboot. Let's do that. System control reboot. Okay, we got gparted.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I think I did it.
What is up with? There's usually like an apply thing at the top. Does he have some type? There's like some weird theming or something on this one. It looks like. But he should be able to go into like, it's either one of the options up here and click like apply or confirm pending operations, because you can see here he's got one operation pending. I would say he's got to do something like that first, because it's technically not done yet. None of the changes have been done.
How do I see it? Where'd it go? Wait, so if I like unplug this right now. Oh wait. Why is it
it's currently pending.
What is So wait, did that not actually do that? No, it didn't. Device, FAT32, add. It's pending. Okay. We shall wait again. Oh, my timer's going off. And it's still pending.
Yeah, usually there's a check mark up here on gparted for him to confirm, and then it'll ask, do you want to confirm, as like another checkbox. But there's also an option here under the options here at the top. I can't remember if it's under the first one or device. It's under one of them, and you can like do them. So I mean, he's there.
Did I do something wrong? Like, what is taking it so long to finish? Like, did I not hit save? It's not telling me like what it's doing. So I don't know if I did something wrong. Because if I hit close right now, it's like, oh, this is still pending. I just tried to... Well, I clearly couldn't do it. I got gparted installed. What do you guys think? Is that a point? Oh, man.
If you guys enjoyed this video, why not check out the...
Okay, so
Anything is easy.
So overall, I feel like they did a pretty dang good job. There was only a couple of them that they kind of had some issues with. That's just a weird thing that happened to Elijah there at the end. I mean, overall, I think they all were able to do every single one, but maybe that one, excluding the network share one, because I didn't comment on that. Other than that, I mean, I think they did a good job. I'm glad that they're having success, doing well with it. But yeah, so thanks so much for hanging. Everybody that's still here, do all the YouTube stuff down below, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we will see you in the next one.